Hey y'all, welcome to Faith Budgets. On this channel, I'll be posting videos about how we use a zero-based budget, sinking funds, cash stuffing, and savings challenges to pay off debt and save at the same time. If that's content that you're interested in, then please keep watching and definitely hit that subscribe button and join us on this journey to financial freedom. Hey guys, welcome back to Faith Budgets, where we're going to go over our budgeting overview for the month of February. We're ready to get started with planning for February. We still have 1 week left to budget for January, but I always prepare a little bit early because I want to get that ready to go and be ready to map out the month for February before that first paycheck gets here, because it does take a little bit longer to plan out the whole month. As an overview, it's just an estimated guess of what our pay is going to be each week. My husband and I, my name's Holly. I always forget to say my name. We are both paid bi-weekly, but we're on opposite pay weeks. So I get paid every other Thursday, and then he gets paid every other Friday on the opposite week. So we do a weekly budget whenever we each get our check. So it's like we know exactly how much we're making on those, and we do an actual budget for that. But I have it mapped out for the whole month already. So I just kind of plug in the numbers, and I change the numbers if we have overtime. So that's kind of how we do it and I've been trying to do better this year, starting in January, with not budgeting in our overtime on the monthly budget overview. That's just our base pay. And then as we get paid each week throughout the month, I add the actual whatever. If it's additional money for the actual pay, then I'll add that in at the weekly paycheck planning and use that money. That way I know exactly how much is extra money from overtime. So I'm doing a lot better with that. So this week, the last week in January is actually a magic month for us. So it's kind of like an extra. We get more of our money is going to our sinking funds for that check. And also I had some overtime. So that'll be this last paycheck for January will be a good cash stuffing check. We'll have lots of money to put into the envelopes in our sinking funds and savings. So that's always good. But then February hits, and it's usually a little bit shorter month, and it seems like it's a little tighter. But that's okay. We'll budget along, and we'll get ready for March. So this is my little A5 planner. This is from Missy Money, and I used her digital version and also her paper version. And if you're interested in any of her products, the link is down below. She has a YouTube channel, also a website where she sells all her budgeting essentials, and you can use my discount, Faith Budgets 10, and get an additional 10% off. So check that out if you're interested. And let's just flip on over to February, because we are working on, that's still January. I have the tabs ready for number 5, so I'll be doing that video next for the 5th week in January. But let's flip over to February for now and get started with the monthly. Let me see, I'll zoom you guys in. Let's see, there we go. So we have the little calendar here. I just usually put the bills there, and then I just kind of highlight the pay weeks. So what's covered in from the 7th through the 12th will come out of this check, and then 13th through the 20th, and the 21st through 26th, and then the 27th paycheck will cover into March. So it will cover bills into March, the 6th, before we get paid again on the 7th. So that's kind of how that fell. So here is our estimated amount of income for the month of February. I've totaled that up just by our base pay, and we have been getting overtime, but we're kind of getting caught up at where I work. So, and then my husband's is just sporadic. We would never really know when he's going to get overtime. Sometimes he's on call sometimes and gets called out. He's a utility worker, so his is just very random. Sometimes I would kind of know. It's voluntary overtime for me, so I kind of know how much by the end of the week what I'm going to be making. So, but I'm trying not to guess that now. I'm trying to do it different, where I wait till the paycheck comes and I take all that additional overtime money and put it into our sinking funds or savings. So we might just squeak by with the bills on our base pay and use the extra money for savings. Okay, so the total here we get paid 4 times in February. It's going to be $8,090. That'll be our estimated monthly income for February. And then we have one debt left. We have our SUV loan, and I set aside $200 a week for that. And for this month, it's only 4 weeks, so it'll be $800 there for the debt. And that's set higher than what the payment is. And I hope to eventually increase that as we go. But I'm waiting to see if my husband gets well, he got a raise, but we don't know the exact base amount yet. So I don't know if this is correct base amount, because he had a little bit of, it was like a split week in January where it was part of his new pay and part of his old pay. So, and then he was on call. So we're kind of waiting to see what his base pay is going to be. But I think that's pretty close. So I'm kind of guessing on that. Like I said, again, this is just a guess. This is our overview, and a lot of these numbers may change. The bills normally stay the same. They can wait some, like utility bills can be a little bit different, but we have our mortgage for $1,694, and I usually split that between the two payments, the two $2,500 incomes. I usually put $847 comes out of each of those. That's just kind of how I do it to allow enough money in each paycheck for sinking funds and all the other bills that fall. So then I do a cushion, a $20 cushion for each paycheck, so that'd be $80. And then Curology, that is the facial products that I use it has tretinoin in it, and also like for some sun damage. And it's $70, but it's every other month, and it's like a 3-month supply. And so what I do, instead of, I think December, I put a pause on it, so it waited until February. So now I'll go back in and I'll do a pause on it, and I think I'll skip April's shipment. So I wouldn't know again until June. So I think that's how I'm going to do it from now on, because I don't use as much as they recommend, I guess. So it won't be as expensive that way either. Okay, auto insurance for all of us is $667. And then we have the internet's $24, our water is $60, our electric is $280. And this could possibly be more, because we did have a week in January that was super cold, down, single digits. We're here in Tennessee, so it was super cold, so that could be higher. We just have electric unit, heat and air unit, so that could be more. I'm hoping not too much more. And then child support $217, Apple storage $10, life insurance $27. That's additional life insurance other than through my employer. And then we have Verizon $245, Apple Music $19, Instant Ink $10, Hulu $33, and the other child support $217. We split it up. Okay, so then the total there is going to be $3,653. That's for our bills, our fixed expenses for the month of February. So we have all that set up now. And now here we have our variable expenses, the items the envelopes that are in my wallet, and I spend out of those weekly. So we have groceries, and it's $280 a week, so it's $1,120. Gas is going to be $640. Eating out $240. Giving $180. Shopping $160. Meds $140. Miscellaneous $160. Kids activities $160, hubby $600. His is all together, and then mine is kind of scattered out there. And then I have my self-care over here. So the total there that'll be in the wallet, variable spending expenses will be $3,400. And then over here, February, I don't get a lot of the sinking funds added in, because February is just a tighter month. And I don't like that. I may have to do some adjusting and tweaking over here, because I want to make sure that we are contributing to some of these, are mandatory that we contribute to. So like the UT tickets, property tax, the car tax, things like that, we have to contribute to monthly. And self-care, I have a subscription for some supplements. So I don't know. I need to February's just going to be a tight month. But I mean, I know I do have some overtime coming, but I don't want to rely on that. So that's why it's looking different to me. So sinking funds the total is just going to be $140 just on our base pay. So that's not a lot for a month to contribute to the sinking funds. So, but I did go ahead and allocate some for the savings challenges over here. So this is savings as well. So $97 total for that. I just did 40 for the 52 week and 40 for the 12 month. And then I just put 17, the remainder, what was left down here for the 100 envelope. And then the I Do challenge, my son's getting married in September. I didn't allocate anything there right now. If I have extra money or leftover money each week from my variable expenses, I will put that to the I Do savings challenge. And I have been having some left over, so I'll just try to do better with eating out, groceries, and of course my shopping. I don't have to have things that, those aren't necessities. So I can cut back on a few things to be able to have a little extra money to put over here to the savings. So let's do the summary here just to make sure that we have everything calculated and it all adds up. Let's see. Okay, so the income, what did we say it was? It is $8,090. $8,090. And the debts was $800. The bills $3,653. Variable expenses $3,400. Sinking funds $140. Savings investments, we don't have any taken out additional. We do that before we see our checks. So 0 there, and then savings challenges is 97. So we're just gonna make sure that we have a zero-based budget here. So we'll take all these subtracted from our income. So we have 8090 minus 800 minus 3653 minus 3400 minus 140 minus 97. Okay, good. So that was correct. That's 0 on the summary. So that gives us a zero-based budget, which means that we have planned out for the whole month and we've assigned every dollar that we're, estimating to get. We've given it a place to go, and that puts us to a zero-based budget. And then here's my little monthly funding plan that I use to plan out my sinking funds. It's not a whole lot going on this month because I don't have a lot of extra to allocate to the sinking funds. But if I do get more, I just come in here later and I will add over to the side here an actual amount and add what I need to add from overtime. So this is kind of the last thing I do right whenever we find out what we're getting paid. I'll come in and do the actuals. But I still do the estimated first so that we kind of know an estimate of what we're going to be contributing to. So that helps out. This is from the Simple Budget, Veda. She has a YouTube channel as well. So, alright guys, that's it. That's February. January is almost over. So, I hope everybody's had a great January so far. Just about a week left. And then it'll be February. It'll be time to get ready for Thanksgiving. Valentine's Day. We don't do a whole lot. We'll probably just get the kids. Our kids are teenagers and my oldest one's 22. So, we will just get them some candy. Probably candy hearts and little goodies that they like, but not a whole lot. We don't spend a whole lot on Valentine's. And then my husband and I usually just maybe go out to eat, and we'll get each other cards and chocolates, but that's about it. So we don't do a whole lot for Valentine's. We did more, I guess, when the kids were in school and send them things to school, but they're all in the high school and college now, so they're past that stage. Anyway, I hope everybody's had a great January, and I hope you're getting ready for February and getting your monthly planning going. My next video, I'll finish out the January 5th paycheck and cash planning. And it's going to be a doozy because I have lots of extra money to go to the sinking funds, which is good because February is lacking in that area. So I hope that buffs up a lot of the sinking funds, and that'll hold us over for February since I'm missing out. So, and maybe we'll have some overtime throughout February to help with the extra savings and sinking funds. So I will do that video, and also I use the monthly planner, the home planner. It's a yearly planner. It's by the Passionate Penny Pincher, and I did a video on that with an overview, flip through of the whole planner, and it's working out very well. I love it. So it's helping with cleaning and getting on a routine, and helping with the home chores and things like that. I work from home, but I do try to get things done while I'm here, and it has check boxes where you can do your check marks, and I really like that. I feel accomplished when I get to check off my items in the check box. And then I also ordered another product from her, so I'll be doing that video whenever it gets here, and do an unboxing or overview of the other product from the Passionate Penny Pincher. So, and then we'll get started in February and do some cash stuffing and savings challenges for February. So I hope everybody's had a great January, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have not hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button, and also hit that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.